Hey everyone, welcome to my next singing video here on YouTube. Today I got a song called Seein' My Father in Me by Paul Overstreet from 1989, co-written by Paul Overstreet and Taylor Dunn. Well, this is my first Paul Overstreet song on my YouTube playlist, My Karaoke Songs, my 256th video on there overall in total. Today's song is one that I remember first hearing on the car radio on a station out of Detroit called 1130 WCXI. They played the current hits of the time. A couple of other artists that I remember hearing them play a lot were Earl Thomas Conley and Dan Seals. That station still, I did a little research on this actually because I wanted to find out if that station was still around or not. Haven't heard it for so long. The station still uses the same call sign but is now at 1160 on the dial and is branded Freedom 1160. It has changed format also to Christian Talk and Teaching. It broadcast as WCXI for 10 months between October 1992 and August 1993, meaning I was 17 or 18 years old when I first heard Seein' My Father in Me. Fast forward to June of 2020, when I made a Sing Snap video of this song for my dad for Father's Day. And now today I'm getting around to making one on YouTube, which I dedicate to my dad. Dad, I hope you like this one. I love you, and I'll see you in a few weeks at our family reunion in Ontario. I'm really looking forward to that. We haven't seen each other in a long time. This will be our first reunion since before COVID, actually. So yeah, a little bit about this song, the content of it. This song describes the many ways in which a man sees the characteristics of his father in himself. In the first verse of the song, a man and his wife take their children to visit their grandpa, and the closeness of the bond between them is evident. The kid's grandma takes out old photos, and the man remarks on how alike he and his father looked at a similar age. In the chorus, he notes that they walk and talk the same way. Myself, sometimes when I'm talking, I hear my dad's voice in my own. In the second verse, the man goes for a walk with his wife down the same dirt road that his own parents walked many times, and they talked about family and things they had never talked about before. I'm sure that our family reunion will take a walk down the dirt road there around the cottage and talk about a few things that we haven't talked about for a while and make some good memories again. For sure. Let's see here now, what else we can say about this song. In the final verse, the man thinks back to times he and his father didn't get along, but now realizes why his father stood by him. The song concludes that the man is happy that things turned out the way they did. Now a little bit about the co-writers of this song. Co-writer Overstreet has written or co-written 36 songs that have been released by more than one artist. 27 of those songs were top 10 hits on the country charts. The first one he had out that someone else recorded was from I Need to Fall in Love Today, or actually I Need to Fall in Love Again, which was originated by Eddie Rabbitt in February of 1980. To his last one that he's had out so far, Some Beach by Blake Shelton in June of 2004. Some other songs he has been involved in writing are Same Ol' Me by George Jones, On the Other Hand, Digging Up Bones, No Place Like Home, Deeper Than the Holler, and Forever and Ever Amen, all by Randy Travis. I Fell in Love Again Last Night by the Forrester Sisters, A Long Line of Love by Michael Martin Murphey, I Won't Take Less Than Your Love by Tanya Tucker with Paul Davis and himself, When You Say Nothing at All by Keith Whitley, Houston Solution by Ronnie Millsap, Love Can Build a Bridge by the Jeds, and She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy by Kenny Chesney. I couldn't find any information at all about co-writer Dunn. I guess that means that he was a one-hit wonder as a writer. No widely released songs came up when I searched for him, but after a little more digging, because I don't give up that easy, I found out that he wrote a few other songs released by Overstreet. Also Lobo, Garth Brooks, Tracy Byrd, and Charlie Louvin have recorded his songs. He is American, and his full name is Lewis Taylor Dunn. So there, I found a little bit about him. Overstreet made the original recording of Seein' My Father in Me in 1988 at the Reflections Studio in Nashville, Tennessee, produced by James Stroud. The song was originally released as track 8 on Overstreet's second studio album, Sowin Love, released in September 1989 by RCA Nashville. Seein, My Father and Me was released on January 6, 1990, as the fourth single from the album, with B-side Love Never Sleeps, which was written by Overstreet. The single entered the Billboard Country Top 40 on February 3, 1990, becoming his fifth Top 40 country hit, and his fourth solo. It charted for 19 weeks and peaked at number 2 for 1 week in March. The song won Country Recorded Song of the Year at the 22nd GMA Dove Awards. That's the Gospel Music Association. The GMA Dove Awards in 1991. The single also peaked at number 2 on the RPM Canada Country Tracks chart. On the year-end charts for 1990, the single ranked number 16 on Billboard US Country Songs and number 52 on RPM Canada Country Tracks. No cover versions of Seein, My Father and Me have been released to date. Imagine that. I can hardly remember any songs I've done these videos on that haven't had any cover versions done. But there, we just saved a whole lot of time right there. So there we go. No cover versions. Paul Overstreet, a little bit about him. He was born Paul Lester Overstreet on March 17th, 1955. So he is now 69 years old. He was born in Van Cleve, Mississippi, which is near Pascagoula in the southeast corner of the state, and was raised in Newton in the east central part. He performs in the country and Christian genres. He plays guitar. He has been active in the music business from 1982 to the present. He has recorded for MTM and Scarlet Moon in addition to RCA Nashville. He's a former member of SKO, an American country music vocal group originally known as Schuyler, Knobloch, and Overstreet, consisting of Tom Schuyler, J. Fred Knobloch, and Overstreet. One of his sons, Cord Overstreet, yep, he named his son Cord, like a musical chord. He was born on February 17, 1989, and he was a member of the Glee cast, playing Sam Evans from 2010 to 2015. Another son, Nash Overstreet, born January 3, 1986 in Nashville, is a singer, songwriter, and guitarist for Nashville pop rock group Hot Shell Ray. Paul Overstreet married makeup artist Julie Miller in 1985. They also have 4 daughters. Harmony, born in May 1990, who was second assistant director on Jordan Davis's music video for Slow Dance in a Parking Lot in 2019, and had an uncredited role as principal dancer and jeans model on an episode of TV comedy drama GCB in 2012. Sky, an office manager at a Nashville music business management company. Charity, an artist and singer in Nashville. And Summer, a Nashville singer-songwriter and member of the group The Chattahoochees. She was on MTV's Big Tips Texas TV series. Paul and his wife have 3 grandchildren. Before Julie, Paul was briefly married to Dolly Parton's sister, Frida. 28 solo records plus 4 records with other artists, 2 with Frida and 2 with Tanya Tucker and Paul Davis, for a total of 32, were released on Overstreet between 1976 and 1993. Overstreet's discography as a solo artist includes 13 studio albums, 1 compilation album, and 18 singles. One of those singles reached number 1, Daddy's Come Around, in 1990. I believe that one went, Daddy's Come Around to Mama's Way of Thinking, no more staying out all night drinking. I remember that song. He had a number 1 hit with SKO also, called Baby's Got a New Baby in 1987, and another number 1 hit as a featured vocalist on Tanya Tucker's I Won't Take Less Than Your Love in 1988. This song made Overstreet one of the rare artists whose first credited top 40 country single hit the top of the charts. Yeah, there's not too many of those in history. And now I'm going to sing Seein, My Father and Me. I dedicate this to my dad. I'll be seeing you soon, Dad, in a few weeks. Hope you enjoy this video, this song. We'll give it a good try. Here we go. We do have a Carafun version of this song. I was going to say sings now. I did that already. Carafun version. So yeah, we'll sing along with the old karaoke version here. Let's do this. All right. Okay. So, Seein, My Father and Me, as made famous by Paul Overstreet, co-written by Taylor Dunn and Paul Overstreet. Here we go. Last night we brought the children by to visit their grandpa, and it's plain to see they're truly part of him. While we were there, their grandma took out some old photographs. Man, he sure looked a lot like me back then. I'm seeing my father in me. I guess that's how it's meant to be. And I find I'm more and more like him each day. I notice I walk the way he walks. I notice I talk the way he talks. I'm starting to see my father in me. And today I took my wife for a walk down that old dirt road where my daddy took my mom so many times. And we found the time to mention things we never had before. And we shared some thoughts about the family life. Yeah, I'm seeing my father in me. I guess that's how it's meant to be. And I find I'm more and more like him each day. I notice I walk the way he walks. I notice I talk the way he talks. I'm starting to see my father in me. And now looking back, I can recall the times we disagreed, when I could not take hold of his old-fashioned ways. And the more I tried to prove him wrong, the more I proved him right. Now I know why he still stood by me when I went through that stage. Seeing my father in me, I guess that's how it's meant to be. And I find I'm more and more like him each day. I notice I walk the way he walks. I notice I talk the way he talks. I'm starting to see my father in me. And I'm happy to see my father in me. Woo! All right, Seeing My Father in Me. Paul Overstreet from 1989, 1990. Woo, boy. That was fun. Almost got a little choked up there as I was singing that. Well, Dad, I hope you enjoyed that song. I sure did enjoy singing it again after a few years. Well, and I'll be seeing you soon there, Dad, at our family reunion in Ontario. A few weeks. August the 21st. August the 24th, actually, is the day of it. I'm leaving for it on the 21st, so of course I'll be taking a little break from these videos at the time when I'm gone for that, but don't worry, I'll be back. And I'll be back sooner than that for my next video, of course. I'll be back on August the 4th for my next video, which is Sunday. And then I'm going to be singing another old country song, older than this song I just did here. It's called Smoky Mountain Memories. It's by Mel Street, one of the great stylists of the 1970s in country music, who sadly lost his life way too soon. But had a great song called Smoky Mountain Memories that I'm going to sing on Sunday. So join me then. It's going to be good. I promise. See you then. Bye now.